In the midst of a pandemic, always odd to kind of rank one day above another, but today was a particularly consequential day as it came to news announcements related to the coronavirus. Hearing from Dr. Anthony Fauci, new guidance from the FDA. Anjalee Khemlani joins us now with all the news we need to know on that. Anjalee.
Thanks, Miles. Yep. So today we heard from the top health officials in front of a Senate committee, really being pushed to answer some important questions about the process for the rest of the year and what that vaccine timeline looks like. We know we've heard repeatedly, deferring sort of hopes for what will actually come to pass. Take a minute to listen to what Dr. Fauci had to say about that timeline.
As these trials go on, we predict that sometime by the end of this year, let's say November or December, we will know whether or not these are safe and effective. And as you mentioned, Mr. Chairman, right now, doses of this vaccine are being produced so that they'll be ready to be distributed.
So as you can hear, we're looking at that, later this year timeline, which kind of matches what we've been hearing. But while we've had some sort of focus on October, the end of October and November, looking at that election day, it seems like that's really out of question, and increasingly so, with the FDA looking to really hamper down and come down with some stricter guidelines, talking about possibly even pulling it out until Thanksgiving. Before we get any real indication of a working vaccine. And this is all in efforts to ensure that the public is reassured about the safety of that vaccine. So while we're waiting to get that guidance, Steve Hahn, the FDA commissioner, did sort of hint at that also during the hearing today. All things, aside, that timeline is really the key focus right now. And that's important too, because as we've seen, a number of companies are already, in the race for this vaccine, Moderna and Pfizer among those. And today, Johnson & Johnson announcing its phase 3 trials are just going to begin. We had Chief Scientific Officer Paul Stoffels on earlier, saying that we'll have some indication of the phase 1 trials in a couple of days. And that's really important because that is going to help us understand just how this deferring technology will separate it from the other contenders. Johnson & Johnson has a different type of technology that has been used in this Ebola vaccine, and it's also going to be a single dose vaccine, which is very different from the others, and also helps with its timeline when it comes to the vaccine being approved. Miles?
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.